Phuket, as we all know, is one of Thailand's world famous tourist attraction, right? The island is now under lockdown, and the airport will be closed starting the 10th of the 6th of April, and that means that by that time, I mean, the island, the province will be in total lockdown. And today, the Provincial Communicable Disease Committee of Phuket reported that 3 members of a family from Canada living in the southern province are among the 7 new confirmed infections in the province. And they include a Canadian woman, her 2-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter. And later on, we'll talk to a long-time resident in Phuket, who is also a former journalist based in Phuket, to talk about life under lockdown in the southern province. When the connection is ready, then we can talk to him. Yeah.
That's right. Last night we have a reporter of Thai PBS reported live from the beach, Patong Beach in Phuket province, and it was very empty because after 8 o'clock last night, it was the first night that the lockdown was introduced into Phuket. It means that nightlife, entertainment, all the tourism industry, especially during the nighttime, has completely gone right now during this partially lockdown.
That's
the
right.
whole province lockdown in Phuket.
Now Phuket is in its second day of lockdown, partial
Yes.
lockdown, or total lockdown, whatever you call it. So how's life under lockdown? I mean, it must be some new experience for you too.
Well, there's certainly no sense of chaos. It's very orderly, very quiet. There's no panic about food supplies or any of that. It seems quite normal, but quite dispirited.
So, but did it come as a surprise to you, or you saw it coming?
Oh, a major surprise, yes. Quite a surprise. I understand, but I've yet to see it in a credible way, that we're under a curfew right now. From 8 o'clock this evening.
Okay.
That's in about half an hour. And then it ends at 3 in the morning.
I see. So that means you cannot leave your house during those hours?
It's to me not clear, based on the English language anyway, that it's voluntary or suasion or
mandatory.
Yeah.
You don't know yet, but it's safe. You find safer to stay home anyway, right?
Oh yes. I don't mind it. I think everybody should do it.
Yeah, Kun John, you said it's quite orderly, but do people need to go out to shop for their food supply? Can they still go to convenience stores?
Yes, no problem. No problem. It's best to go, there's an idea. It's best to go early in the morning if you want to go to buy foodstuffs or household supplies. Go early in the morning, there's just nobody there. You don't have to worry about distancing or because everybody's distant.
I see. So John, of course Phuket has a large population of foreigners and expats there. Do they have problem understand the magnitude of the problem, especially the consequences of these tough measures being introduced?
I don't know anybody who doesn't understand that or the severity of the case. I would be very happy to see a curfew myself, and I think my friends would too. But an evening curfew, as was initially tabled, it was going to be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I think there would be no resistance at all.
Okay.
But if we're 24-hour curfew, that really stops life.
Definitely,
yeah.
And have you talked to your friends who probably can be tourists in Phuket right now? Are they worried that they are in Phuket right now during the lockdown?
Yes, we have 3,000 of them right now whose home trees are not yet ready to take them back. And the trouble is there's a provincial order order to shut down Phuket International Airport on April 10. So that's a problem.
But so far, have there been any special arrangement to communicate with foreigners and expats in Phuket about what's going to happen next? I mean, communication from the authorities directly to the expat community.
I think it's pretty good now. There's quite a bit of English credible sources out there. Yeah, I think to not know what's going on would be quite an achievement. You may not understand what's going on, but you can get the drift.
Okay.
That it's very serious, and that it's like, you have an acquaintance in hospital. He needs a certain blood type. It's not convenient to go and give blood, but it's a good idea. So you go and you do it, and afterwards it's done. If we can just get through the curfew and get everybody to participate, the result will be rewarding. If we don't, yeah.
And how do you take?
Go ahead, Kun Kutatha, go ahead.
And how do you take care of yourself, Kun John, right now?
I stay at home most of the day. You can easily go out to shop if you have to. Eating is a problem. You have to go, and it's all takeaway. I don't cook, so you do have to drive to the restaurant, order, wait, come home and eat it, but it's survivable.
But as far as you can see, John, do you think that most people are complying with this stay-home directive?
It's very hard to get a feel for that. Yeah, you can notice immediately that the traffic is just nothing. You can get around very easily.
Wow.
But then I hear
so unlike.
Go ahead.
So very unlike of Phuket, right? What you see, you talk about it's empty streets, something that Phuket has never seen before, right?
Oh yes, it's often compared to the tsunami as a natural disaster, but it's the tsunami was a one-off event, a sudden compression of chaos. This is not like that. This is rather latent and quiet and.
And for how long have you lived in Phuket, Kun John?
26 years.
So this must be the first time that Phuket is very empty, very quiet, like at the present.
Yes. Yeah, that is very, very true.
It's very hard to imagine Phuket being void of tourists, right? Because in Phuket you always see tourists everywhere. So what has been the island like the past 2 months since the outbreak started?
Well, it just went from normalcy in the early phase. I must say, I could not understand why Thailand was such a standout in the world for such a low number of cases. It just didn't. I thought, gosh, here we got the United States in just a full-on emergency, and you say, well, thank goodness I'm here, but how can this be? And then suddenly it develops that there's landmines all around you, and that's the trouble. It's the uncertainty of it, and the trying to measure the bomb or get the magnitude of it, as you mentioned.
I see. So according to the latest official count today, Phuket now has 55 cases of infection. But does the figure send out any alarm among the people on the island?
Well, we have, my understanding from local sources, 69, but 69 right now, and that's the third largest in the country after Bangkok and Nonthaburi. The last few days, new cases have averaged 6 to 7. Today was 7. And in the 7 was two kids under 5. That's quite unusual. We have 55 on the sidelines, in hospital being monitored. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that won't accelerate. And the flat line, where is that? That's got to be out there. Significant number of days, months.
So it means the local people are very much aware of the risk around where they live, so they try to take care of themselves as well.
Oh, I see everybody's in masks. We could say that there's good compliance with that idea. There are inevitably plenty of parties going on. That the curfew, had it been implemented, could have stopped, maybe. I think one of the biggest things is you drive along and you see a row of shop houses, and every shutter is down.
Wow.
Yesterday it was a barber shop, now it's gone. It was a flower shop, completely gone. Whatever it was, it's closed. And these are people which, many of whom would be living hand to mouth. They do need their salary. And now they got car payments and they have whatever other payments. I don't understand how they are going to actually survive.
Yeah, that's a big challenge indeed.
Yes.
It's not only the virus itself, but the aftermath, the economic impact on these people. Yeah.
Yes.
And do you see volunteers or initiative among local community to try to support one another right now in Phuket?
You mean organizations?
The mutual support groups.
Mutual support group. I am not aware of any, but they certainly may exist. There's the hotels. People are communicating just as we are right now. You have to separate rumor from what might be true. But I'm not aware of any active support groups.
Okay. All right. Okay, John, I see a lot of books on the shelf behind you. They should keep you busy for the next few weeks.
Yes, I'll have a lot of time to do that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so you can enjoy much more during staying at home right now.
Yeah.
Well, I like to get out too. It's interesting. This trend of work at home, which was so trendy and so sought after by millennials particularly, before this, now they're all screaming to get out of the house. They don't like this work at home at all.
But you're still able to get decent food outside, right? From a food shop on the street, right?
Yeah, yes. Clean, good, nice shops. You can take it away easily. Yeah.
So mostly it's about nightlife that totally changed right now in Phuket.
Totally, yeah. Patong, of course, was the center of that, and there is some correlation between the number of new cases every day and a place called Patong. It was, a party venue, and it's just completely shut down. Even the beach is closed, so people don't go on the beach and party. All the beaches are closed.